He said a couple interesting things. He said the mountains looked eerily pointy and four-sided. He said way more mountainous than he thought it would be. I think the illusion made from looking at maps and watching penguins is
By the way, you can see
flat
mountains. You can see mountains on the Orontius Phineas map version.
Oh, is that what the little etchings
around the edges there?
Interesting.
Those are mountains.
Now, he also said this. He said a couple things. He said there is a pact with every country that has a slice of it.
CaveFam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the Man Cave. Hope everyone out there is having a good Sunday and had a good weekend. We're here, y'all. We're here with another reaction. I ain't gonna hold you up. Let's get into it.
When you go to the supermarket, the next time you go to the supermarket, bro, everything that's in the middle of the supermarket has been created to destroy you. You know, through our own ignorance, bro. So when you look at the ingredients say corn syrup on most of the stuff, right? That's the one of the top cancer-causing products, right? That actually lowered our lifespan, where we were able to live about 260 years old. Now it dropped down to 160 years old if you are on a full alkaline diet, right? And you're living by the laws of the land. So we had to build these pyramids because they were actually, and this is in prophecy, trying to get back to their dimension or whatever, because they're stuck here. That's when you get the whole book of Enoch and them trying to use Enoch to be an adversary for them, or kind of talk to God and, hey, let us back in. But he denied that clemency. They were bound, it says, in the coldest desert area that would be found for or under the Euphrates River. And those are areas that you can't go to. Like, I mean, the majority of them, like Azazel and all them that fell upon Mount Hermon, they're on the Arctic Circle that surrounds the Earth. It's about a 200-foot ice wall. That's why you can't go there. You know, those they use a form of energy that supposedly is not known to us, but how they use the center of the Earth is it's called magnetite. There are 4 big mountains of magnetite. And like that, I mentioned this before. That's how our sea creatures and a lot of animals use that as a reference to go migrate, or, you know, breed, and so on and so forth. But they use that to levitate. How we learned the technology from them. You know what I mean? So that's where that comes from, bro. The Kenyanite or Nephilim giants. That's who had us under captivity. You can look at a lot of Cortez's in his diary. He wrote how they could see, before they even came onto the land, they could see giants from afar.
I mean, I believe it, right? There's that Navy SEAL that, you know, there's giant trees. A lot of the museums back in the day destroyed all the bones, all the big maps, the big trees, all destroyed, y'all. I think it's real.
The countdown to the total solar eclipse.
Sligo County has declared a state of emergency.
Niagara region has declared a state of emergency.
Essex County, New York's Board of Supervisors has preemptively declared a state of emergency ahead of Monday's total solar eclipse.
Cell phone coverage may be a challenge that day. While we are surging resources,
everybody that we have that is sworn personnel that wears a uniform at some point in time will be out working that day.
But to that end, it's our responsibility to be prepared. So we'll have soldiers on duty this weekend.
And CERN, or the European Organization for Nuclear Research, decided it would be a good time to fire up the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator on April 8th. Why on April 8th is CERN doing this? Well, they say it's to search for invisible particles secretly powering our universe.
Essex County, New York's...
Are you guys ready? You guys ready for the eclipse? Big day tomorrow. Is it going to be the end of civilization? I don't know. All my Texas people, let me know. How's it going out there? I'm far west, so I know this is going east, like through Houston, Austin, right? It's supposed to be a sunny day tomorrow. Let me know. What do you guys think? You guys nervous? I'm kind of nervous, y'all. We got people talking about earthquakes. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of nervous. God's got my back, though, y'all.
Board of Supervisors has preemptively declared a state of emergency ahead of Monday's total solar eclipse. Chairman Sean Gillian says this is to prepare for congested roadways and disruption of cell service, as thousands and thousands of people are expected to flood into the county. The state of emergency is set to go into effect at 9 a.m. on April 6th and last through April 10th.
The distance between the United States and Russia is less than 4 kilometers. When you look at a map, at first you think measuring the east of the United States to the west of Russia is the nearest distance. However, Alaska is much closer to Russia. Both countries are divided by the Bering Strait, which is approximately 53 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. Yet that is also not the closest distance between Russia and the U.S. These two tiny islands in the Bering Strait are the closest distance between both countries, the Diomede Islands. Despite being only 4 kilometers apart, there is a 21-hour time difference due to the international dateline. Big Diomede belongs to Russia. Little Diomede belongs to the United States. Big Diomede is almost a day ahead of Little Diomede. During the Cold War era, these islands represented a symbol of the divide between the U.S. and the Soviet Union and the Iron Curtain. The next video will be about the rise of the New York Mafia, so make sure to follow.
See, I didn't learn that till just recently. I'm sure a lot of people don't even know that. But see how they, I guess, brainwash us with our maps, right? Russia, you can see Russia from Alaska. But I had no idea about that until recently.
On April 8th, 2024, what time is the earthquake going to hit?
From GreatAmericanEclipse.com. In the U.S., totality will begin in Texas at 1:27 p.m. CDT.
Totality.
And will end in Maine at 3:35 p.m. EDT on April 8th, 2024. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's why I'm scared. Right? All these clips popping up. I got a lot of a lot of April 8th clips tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big day.
We're planning for a mass casualty.
Hope I can do a video.
Day, but that's not really our worry. Our worry is, how do we get our heart attacks and our stroke patients to the emergency department if the roads are completely at a gridlock and we can't get... Yes, we're planning for a mass casualty event that day.
Now I understand. I get it. They are preparing for all the traffic in that area. That makes total sense. And I get why states issued a state of emergency, because they get funding. So I understand that as well. But these little slips from the news, like the other one yesterday about the Eclipse earthquake, how we just had a 4.8 magnitude earthquake in New Jersey, and then we had a 4.8 earthquake in Brazil, and then we had a 6.0, 6.5 in Japan, and then 7.4 in Taiwan, and then we just had a 5.0 or 4.4 in California. I mean, California has them all the time, so I get it. We can kind of blow that out of proportion when earthquakes happen every single day, but there's so many things happening. It's hard to even comprehend what's going to happen.
There's a solar eclipse happening. You heard about that on April 8th? You didn't know about that? So there was a map of the last 2 solar eclipses. It was going in like this direction. This solar eclipse is going like this. The last one was like 2.5 minutes long. That's how long it takes. This one is twice as long. It's gonna be 4.5 minutes long.
4 minutes?
Yes, of darkness. They said that the National Guard has been called out on that day. They told people to stock up on food.
What?
Get generators. I'm like, what the hell is happening, bro? What's happening, bro? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on TikTok and things about like prophecies. So they said that the same date that the eclipse is happening lines up to the 3 days of darkness, I think, in the Bible or in Egypt. And that's like when the end is near. It was like in the Bible that said on this day the sun is gonna turn black and the moon will turn into blood. The scientists in NASA just said the moon is rusting.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, what is going on?
It's over, guys.
And then they was talking about the Euphrates River. Like, once that dries up, the world is gonna end. That dried up.
Oh,
I'm
boy,
like, yo,
it's over.
These podcasts are annoying. But yeah, a lot of prophecies, all that type of stuff is happening. I think tomorrow's a big day, y'all. Is it just going to be another day like Y2K? Everyone freaked out, and when we woke up and January 2nd, 2000, right? Here we are in 2024. Is it going to be something like that? TikTok's going crazy? Creepy TikToks on YouTube are going crazy? Tuesday, it's back to regular routine and schedule? I guess we'll see.
In there. He also had a couple of preachers in there. Diddy had every room taped and bugged. Diddy had, yo, bro, can you imagine? He had every room taped and bugged, and they found little bugs and little tape recorders. I mean, little those micro projectors or whatever like that, or video cameras. They found them in the house, bro. So by them having those things in the house, and people know there's drugs, there's alcohol, there's loose women, there's loose men, woman on woman, man on man, all kind of crazy shit. Bruh. They just wondering who or when they're going to let this stuff be known. If it's on videotape.
Yeah, man. I know they got to be shook, man, after finding out he was recording everything.
But not only celebrities, I don't think it's only celebrities going to be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there. He also had a couple of preachers in there. Hallelujah. That's crazy.
You personally, you think they got tapes?
Well, my personal opinion that if Lil Rob could be trusted and his statements are true, they got him. They got tapes and stuff.
Now, Gene Deal, that's who that was. He's the ex-bodyguard of P. Diddy. He's the one that I saw. He came out a long time ago talking this stuff, right? He came out a long time ago before it blew up in the news, right? 5-6 years ago, he was talking about this stuff. But yeah. Remember who got Barack Obama in the office back in 2008? That was P. Diddy. He's locked in with the Democrats. And he's doing all these things that they say he's about as bad as Epstein. And he was in with the politicians, right? They were at his parties. I'm just saying, I don't know. We're gonna stick to this. We're gonna keep in the news with these P. Diddy allegations because it's very interesting. And stay tuned. Look at this elephant. Look at the strength.
Yeah, he's gonna try to push it over. Almost there. Almost there, buddy.
That's crazy. You know how heavy and how deep that tree is?
Fresh branches up top there.
That is crazy. Look how little that elephant is compared to that tree. That's crazy. That's a crazy amount of strength.
So now he's got lots of food. That's what he's done now. He's pushed it over so he can get to all these nice branches. Wow.
Why is the borders open though? Because the United States is in a real tough pickle right now. My generation, we worked hard. I worked for Verizon. But my kids, your generation, y'all not going to do sanitation work, pick up garbage. Y'all not going to be postal workers. Y'all not going to be electricians. You're not going to be plumbers. You're not going to do constructions. Y'all starting podcasts. Y'all thinking about other ways of making money. What does that mean if these jobs are not being filled? They create programs for the migrants where they're giving them rent. They're giving them money. In Chicago, they have a program where they give them $9,000 every 6 months. So that's $18,000 a year for rent. That's an average of about $1,500 to $1,300 a month. That's good rent for somebody, right? So now they living in all these places. Your generation, your kids, y'all are not buying houses, bro. So you know what that is? Y'all not getting mortgages. United States needs people to get mortgages. Y'all are not going to college no more. Y'all not creating college debt. United States needs college debt. Y'all are entrepreneurs. Y'all are not joining the military. The military is depleted. That's why they're having things like proxy wars, where they got the drones dropping bombs because they don't have enough military. Y'all are not doing the things that I did, my grandparents did when they came here. So they bringing in millions of new people who are going to do these things.
That's a good, kind of a good point. We ain't getting mortgages. Believe me, I got a mortgage, but believe me, a lot more people would be getting mortgages if these interest rates weren't at 7%. A little 3-bed, 1,200 square foot house wasn't 500,000. 500,000 at 7%, 30 years. You know how much that is? That's over 2,500. I don't know, just estimating. That's why people ain't getting mortgages. It ain't the generation, right? Because look how much a mortgage costs. They can't afford that. We can't. Let me say, we can't afford that. Being in the post office, or whatever else he said, a plumber, right? That job's not paying enough to pay this 7% interest rate at 500,000 for a little house, right? That's why we're finding side hustles and they're working, and we're starting to realize, like, oh, we don't need to go over there, right? We can do it ourselves.
Gonna be the new obsession. I feel like it's trending super high. Who knows if there's any truth to it, but a friend of ours who will remain nameless went there.
Yeah.
Got to go on a cool experience, trip, etc. And he said a couple interesting things. He said the mountains looked eerily pointy and four-sided. He said way more mountainous than he thought it would be. I think the illusion, maybe from looking at maps and watching penguins, is
by the way, you can see
flat
mountains. You can see mountains on the Orontius Phineas map. Basically.
Oh, is that what the little etchings
around the
are?
edges there?
Interesting.
Those are mountains.
Now, he also said this. He said a couple things. He said there is a pact with every country that has a slice of it that they will not dig or remove any minerals from Antarctica. And he even said that a scientist was there, said to them, World War III will not start until one of these countries breaks that pact. They are clearly protecting or preserving something that may or may not be under, I believe it's 3 miles, Mark was saying earlier, at its thickest of ice. Now.
I'm sorry.
That's interesting. I didn't know about that. I knew they had a pact. I didn't know they couldn't dig and all that, but that World War III is not going to start. So there's something big over there in Antarctica they're hiding.
What?
It's not over yet because we've got the Eclipse earthquake coming up on Monday. As Deborah Ross was telling us, it's going to be a transformative experience for anybody who is in the area of totality.
Maybe just take the day off, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, see, they're slipping up too much. But who is that guy on the news to even know that information, right? Why would they tell that information? That's what you got to think. Why would they tell that dude on the news that's speaking to millions? Do they want him to slip up and say these things so they can be like, well, we told you? Because you got to think, if that was a big secret, I mean, when you see these, like when you watch 2012, right, the movie, like the people, like the top dog politicians know about it, but they're like, don't tell nobody. You can't tell your family, right? And then when it's about to hit, they call their dad on the cruise ship, like, Dad, it's over, right? And that's when the waves are going crazy. So why would they tell this dude on the news who's a nobody, who's a pawn, who's told what to say? There's the answer, I guess.
You party with Diddy a lot?
Oh, no, not really. I would go to the party and leave early.
Why wouldn't you stay late?
I go to the party and leave early. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't invited to too many of those parties.
Why didn't you stay late, like after hours? Did it get crazy after that, or what?
I don't know what goes on after hours, but
He wasn't trying to find out.
I wasn't trying to find out. You know, I know my place. I know my place.
Yeah.
You know, so I went to a couple. New Year's Eve parties.
Right.
I mean, I know Puff before Puff became super big like that. You know, he's a cool dude. I mean, all the shit going on with him. You know, I feel sorry for him and his family, more so his kids.
His kids, yeah.
See, You know it's bad when Uncle Luke ain't at the party late, right? When he's going home at 10 o'clock. you know that's bad. But what's crazy is, where's Diddy's friends? Right? Where's the Obamas? Where's DJ Khaled? Where's Justin Bieber? Where's all these people? Jay-Z? Where's all those people? Right? That are not getting his back, not speaking out, saying like, hey, I support him. Nothing. He's out there all alone on the middle of an island. Pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. My dumb ass is gonna be looking up in the sky tomorrow.
You can't fucking pay your bills right now, why your shit is tight, because these people stole the economy from you. And it's also that nobody can have any power. Like, bro, look how they tax us. They tax us with all this shit, but yet they print as much money as they need. So they take half of your money and then they print whatever else they need, devaluing the rest of the money that you have. You see that?
Right.
But most people don't understand how that works, so they're not up in arms about it. If most people understood that these people are taxing us, and by the way, we're all taxed, when we add it all up, equal or more than half of our income. When we consider sales tax, the cost of ownership, a property tax, fucking tax when you buy shit, tax when you sell shit, income tax. Most people only think about income tax. But when you add it all together, you're paying over 50%, which means you're a slave to the government, okay? And then the money you're left with, they are printing trillions of dollars on the backside, which means the money you get to keep isn't worth as much. And most people don't understand this basic reality of economics. And because they don't...
Yeah, that's a true statement, the way he put it, because we don't think about all the other taxes, right? Every time we go to the store, we're paying. Every time I got a fresh haircut today, every time I get a haircut, I'm paying a tax. Property tax, state tax, all of that. Taxes everywhere. It's ridiculous, y'all. It's time to stand up and rise up. But hey, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction, y'all. I'm back on the TikToks, y'all. Welcome to the mind of Segovia. This mind is not my friend, y'all. Right? I struggle with it daily. And I've been struggling with it the past month and a half, y'all. I've been going through it. I think that has something to do with why I'm all over the place. I'm not calm up here, and I'm working on getting it calm, y'all. So I apologize. I'm all over the place. I know I'm going to get some comments like probably bashing me because I'm back over here, stick on your ground, whatever, y'all. This something I've been dealing with, doing this type of stuff my whole life, y'all. My whole life. So anyways, y'all, I hope you guys like the reaction. We'll be back tomorrow with another reaction. If you made it this far, be sure to show some love, y'all. Leave that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe if you're new here. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the Man Cave. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Later.